Times are good. Tell you what, life is all right in BC. Pat Kraft joins us, Director of Athletics, and he is sporting that New Balance gear and looks like $1 million. Tell you get this man a haircut and some New Balance, he's ready to roll. Pat,
No
good morning.
doubt. Yeah. Hey, man, like I said, it's nice to have a haircut. Last time, it's been a year since I saw you all, and so we can't wait this long. That's not right. But
I love it.
I had COVID hair last time, so now I'm out of it. I get to go to a barber every so often.
I like it. You know, we are starting to come to the end of the tunnel, though, a little bit, aren't we? I mean, you can kind of see light at the end of the tunnel. It's really kind of cool every day now to see announcements, not only within the ACC, but around the country, of folks talking about full houses and kind of getting back to normal. And, yeah, there's still a ton of things to talk about and issues to address. But, man, the spring has really been a pretty good time for you folks up in BC.
Yeah, no, you're right, actually. And we were saying this after the championship. It was great to have, you know, I think Towson had 5,100 fans, and that felt like 1 million from what, you know, we had early in the fall with just the cardboard cutouts. So, yeah, I feel like we're really good. We're ready for a full building come fall, and we're preparing for that, which is exciting in its own right. I mean, I've never seen a full football game here. So Jeff and I laugh. We haven't even seen a game. We'd roll up. We have Notre Dame in the building. I can leave 20 minutes before the game and get here in time. So I know that's not going to be the norm, but we're excited to get back to a somewhat, like you say, a normal life.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I was asked last weekend by some friends of mine, you know, what are you looking forward to besides, you know, the possibility of being back on site at stadiums and environments and all that? And I said, I never thought I would ever say this. I'm kind of looking forward to traffic, just to see, you know, the normal game day unfold, Pat, because that's what this is really about. The experience on a college campus is unique unto itself for a lot of reasons. And I think we all miss that now, and we'll value it more than I think we did. Maybe we took it for granted before the pandemic a little bit.
I agree with you. I mean, that's part of the whole experience. I mean, that's what makes college football and college sports so great is the tailgating and the atmosphere, the pageantry of the game itself. And I think that I hope that people understood that was a big part of what we missed this year and how hard it was for the athletes to, you know, perform, and they had to lean on one another through this process because there was no outside motivation, the crowd getting going and the music. I mean, we had the fake noise, but it's not the same. And so it was a challenge for everybody and for them in particular. But we're gonna get back in it. We're ready to rock and roll here. We're excited about the future, and it'll be a fun fall and lead us into a winter and spring next year.
Pat, let's talk about the latest national championship, which happened to be the very first in any women's sport, much less lacrosse. We had Acacia on this week, and, of course, she's rocking and rolling, living large with that $1 million smile, and Charlotte North and what the ladies did. What about the impact of winning a national championship in women's lacrosse that it will have not only on the program for lacrosse, but also BC big picture? I mean, when you win the hardware, it matters.
Oh my goodness, doesn't matter. Look at guys, I'm riding high still. It was amazing. I get goosebumps when you say that. We're national champs. I said in a staff meeting to our whole, our administration here and everybody and everyone that worked together to help Acacia and the ladies accomplish this incredible goal. It's amazing. I had over 200 text messages after the game. Acacia had 450 or something like that. And it was, we all want to be part of winners, and that's who we are. And that's what I came here knowing we can do this. I came here, I'm not here to mess around. And Acacia and the ladies and the staff, Jen and Kayla and Billy and Sam, they deserved it. And I was so proud of Acacia during the championship week. She was locked in. She was calm. The ladies were amazing. Being with them in the hotel, they were just focused. They had fun. And so it's great, but it's great for the institution. It was a great weekend for Boston College. And it happened to be there wasn't great weather, so everybody was at home watching the game. And so we'll take advantage of that. But the support we have here in the community and Father Leahy has been amazing, and it resonates. And you know what? It sets the tone. This is what we can do here. And we don't need to hear excuses or anything. Acacia and the ladies showed us, and that's why we're here. And we do it both in the classroom and in the community, and we do it in competition. So let me just correct you real quick. We've won an ICSA Women's National Championship in sailing. This is our first NCAA championship. So our sailing program has won quite a bit.
Hey.
In fact, they're on the water in Annapolis now.
Now, let me tell you something.
When
it comes to me in the water, when it comes to me in the water, I'm going to be a little nervous, Pat, with anything that involves being on the water after what I went through last week at Turks and Caicos, where I thought my life was coming to an end. So if I lose a row crewing sailing reference, that's on me. That's totally on me.
That is fair. Look, we went to the Martha's Vineyard, and I just needed a bar on that ferry to get me over. That was what I needed, you know. But we're proud of all of our athletes. It's a great time. It's a great time now.
Hey,
you got it.
Pat, when you get to Chestnut Hill, and you did such a great job in Philadelphia at Temple, I mean, and your kind of mode of operation was well known coming in. Have you been able, in this weird landscape of the last 12 months, 15 months, if you will, have you been able to kind of get the punch list taken care of now, and you feel like BC's in a really good spot now? I know Earl Grant's coming as the basketball coach. You've got established programs, things of that nature. Do you feel like the punch list has been kind of taken care of here?
No, we're not done. I got a lot done. We got a lot done, but there's still a lot of work to do. We obviously the Hogue Basketball Pavilion was big for us. Mikey and Jay Hogue, big supporters, helped us get that ball rolling. We had to. The way I looked at it, we have a punch list that we really attacked. For me, it's the student athlete experience. So if you have a strong root, you're going to get great fruit. We have to focus on the root right now. We had to focus on strength and conditioning, sports medicine, nutrition. Those were really key elements. The New Balance deal and the Adidas deal helped us. We're going to be able to provide more gear than ever before, allow our athletes to have internships with with New Balance, allow them to design their own gear. So those things were really important. But we got a lot of work to do still. Do I feel good about where we are? Yeah, we're enhancing our Olympic sports weight room. We are renovating football's training room, which needed to be done, hadn't been done since the building was built. We're working on securing funding for the locker room. We're doing Olympic sports, nutrition and recovery space. The Hogue family helped us with that as well. So I got a big punch list. Everyone knows here, when you accomplish one thing, you move on. I'm focused on our next national championship. But we got a lot of work, but I'm really, really, really proud of where we are. And everyone here knows I'm aggressive. And I think we've changed the culture. We have a great community. We're a family here. But like I said, we're never going to settle. We got to grind it out, and we got to keep working and working and working. And so we accomplished a lot, but we're far from done.
Pat, we can feel the momentum of 1 year of Jeff Hafley in our locations here down in North Carolina and Georgia, respectively. But you tell us, you're right there at grassroots now, right in your backyard, the impact Jeff Hafley had in year one, and now the expectation level that, guess what, this is a program going this direction, so jump on board while you can.
I mean, what Jeff's done, he has reignited the BC football tradition here. Now remember, and I tell people, we have a Heisman Trophy in that building. We were number 2 in the country. I mean, there is a great tradition. One of the great things is I've been able to connect with so many of our great players here, and Jeff's done a good job of reigniting that energy. He's recruiting at an incredibly high level. We're doing the things that we need to do to support him. But I think when you show, look, I'll give you one perfect example. I know everyone knows about our COVID situation. You go that long with a new team without spring football to be committed to one another and not have one positive test the entire year, that shows you why we're going to win. And I mean, he gets them to believe in one another, and he gets them our guys to just trust one another. Everything's about trust. And he's one of the great leaders. He's a great man. I mean, I'm really fired up about the future of that program in particular. That's another one. Just people watch out.
Hey, By the way, when you say you're connecting with your former players, you guys were nice enough to send Pack and I a little care package on the announcement of the New Balance deal, which was much appreciated, by the way, especially for one of those colder mornings for golf here a couple of months ago. But
you're welcome.
But I'm
I heard they got good
offer
golf
you,
shoes.
Yeah, no doubt. And I sent a picture of my little care package to my buddy who's the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, and he sent me back a, "Hey, wait, how did you get that? I'm the one that went there."
Oh man, I got to give them
Tell
all
me-
gear now.
Yeah, you're trouble now,
I
Pat.
know,
Tag, you're it.
I'm setting you up.
That's it.
I want to ask you about this though. And you've been around Matt Rule. You've been around Jeff Collins. You've seen the work now Jeff Hafley's done. Tell me what the secret sauce is in Pat Kraft's mind, a guy who has seen this type of movement occur. What's that mean? What is Jeff Hafley's his launch point? I mean, we saw all this go down last year, and we're like going, wow, they went in there against all odds and changed the landscape. It sounds like under a normal year, you feel like you got a chance to really roll this thing a little bit.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think you mentioned some great coaches. Remember now, my man Manny was with me for 17 days.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
I mean, my boy, he's doing it down there in Miami, and I'm happy for him. But I think what it is, what you see in all this is, like, you got to be who you are. You know who you are. Too many people overthink this. Jeff, the push and pull on guys and understanding the locker room, it's a different one than when I played, right? 20 plus years ago, rub some dirt, go out there and go play ball. And I think when you get that trust, and he has in the locker room, and you listen to the players, and you know how to coach each individual, the big thing, all those guys you mentioned, they're teachers. You got to teach the game. And you got to teach it differently to different people, and you got to get a staff that understands that. But I will say this: it takes synergy from the top. A no coach can do it alone. You've got to have support up and down the organization, and that starts here at BC with Father Leahy. But they're great coaches, they're great minds. You kind of got to let them go and do their thing. But we also, you got to know who you're recruiting, what you're trying to recruit. You got to go and build the program the way you do it. And I told Jeff all year, be patient. Be patient. Build it the right. By the way, coming from me, that's really difficult because I'm not patient. But I said, just take your time, and it is people. That's why we're going to win an ACC championship in football, and that's why those guys are ultra successful.
Switching gears on you real quick, this is going to be a humongous. It already has been, but now we're getting to the finish line. Name, image, likeness. I know it's discussed every single day. Nevada just passed legislation becoming the 17th state this week. The train's coming down the track here, Pat. Where are we going in the month of June with name, image, and likeness?
Well, if anyone tells you where where we're going, then they should go and get on the lottery, because I don't think anyone has any idea. Look, at the way we're going to handle it, we'll be prepared to just continue to. Here's the thing: we educate our student athletes all the time on finances and stuff like that. We have to continue to do that. We've got to give them the opportunity. I'm all in on it. I think it's absolutely right. I think Charlotte North should be able to do camps and generate revenue. I mean, those are the athletes that really are going to capitalize. Everyone's talking about football and basketball, but I'll tell you right now, here, I mean, Charlotte North is a big a name in the national space right now than anybody else there is. I got a golfer who's running a blog on college golfing. That's great. So I support it. We just got to know what the guardrails are. I think it's going to be interesting if half the states are going in July 1 and we got to sit here and not. I need to know the answer to that. So I think there's still, believe it or not, a lot of questions. I think we'll get there. And the way I operate is just give me the guardrails. We'll do it. We'll handle it. And we'll provide every outlet for our athletes to capitalize.
All right, last thing for me here. We mentioned the New Balance situation, and I know that you've got a unique apparel arrangement because New Balance is quite not into the football arena on that side, so you did a football deal with Adidas and New Balance for everything else. Twofold here. One, incredibly important, I would think, to do it with a Boston-based company in New Balance who's going to do it the right way for all your sports outside of football. But in the way these deals work, Pat, how did you then pivot to find the football-only agreement? Because I know that could get tricky if you're not careful.
Yeah, you know what? It comes down to relationships. And I think over time, being able to pick up the phone and call the others and really talk to Adidas and say, listen, this is what it is. I can't do football. I need to provide football with the best equipment I possibly can. And Adidas was fantastic. We have a great partnership with them. We're going to be able to provide more gear for our football players. And then it became a delicate balance of, what do you give to the football side and what do you give to New Balance and marketing rights, et cetera. So it took, Jam, Kapara, my staff, did a great job, and we worked hard on this. We're very excited about both. And I think, the most important thing is the athletes are excited. And but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it was easy. No, it was. There were a lot of days where you felt like that tightrope was going to break on you. But we put it together. We were patient, and we're really excited about the two partnerships. The New Balance partnership's real for us. It allows. It truly is comprehensive. Community service. We're using their new facility. Yeah. The athletes literally get to design their shoes. So, there's just so much there. And Jim and Ann Davis are great partners with the university, the owners of New Balance, and it's 1.9 miles away from here. So, we're excited.
Hey, by the way, when we come up to Boston, I hope we can do that at some point in time, do the show. Have you picked out some spots for us yet? Because food is going to be an issue on this program. You know how we roll on this thing.
You know what? It's so funny you say that, and you and I are similar. Yes, we look like we like our food. Mark.
We do.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that question because last time you asked me about Philly, we finally got to go to the North End, my wife and I,
nice.
2 weeks. Ooh. Unbelievable. Ooh. Unbelievable. So when you get in, we'll go. I don't even have a restaurant. We were walking out. We felt like we were in Italy. And we'll go to the North End. We'll pick a good restaurant. But we have fallen in love with that area, and we got some good ones in our neighborhood. So yes, but I will tell you, the North End is real.
All right.
I got one comment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mark.
Yeah.
You've got a Notre Dame thing right over your shoulder. How dare you not put a Boston College anything over you? That is miscalculated.
Wait a minute. First of all, two things, Pat. You and I have not met, so I know you and I are going to connect when we get face to face because you're my kind of guy.
This is going to be trouble.
No, this is going to be awesome. No, this is going to be great. Here's the deal. I am sitting in my basement. Now, if they give a wide shot up here on camera one, you'll see how we operate. I'm literally sitting in Wes Durham's chair, all right? When Wes is normally with me, I'm sitting over here in my San Francisco Giants cutout. Now, behind the cutout, we've got some Boston College. So we got the Boston College sign. In fact, if we go to camera 3, see, here you go. Now that's where I normally sit.
See Pete Frates, Pete Frates bobblehead.
We got Pete's bobblehead there. You got the BC. They've got the BC banner right there. So believe me, Boston College is well represented. Now let me tell you what I'm going to do with you. Now that you bring it up.
Oh boy.
Here is what we do need. Now, big man, I'm putting you on the spot, Mr. Aggressive.
All right, that's fair.
We're going to need some Boston College national championship gear. Now, we've already got Jerry York. He's hooked us up on the national championship sweaters, the hockey stuff, which is great. But now that you've won the Natty with women's lacrosse, you need to go down the hallway with Acacia and say, listen, what can we hook up Pack and the boys in the basement so we can display it?
Done.
Oh, wait.
I like it.
Wait. Pat, hang on. He already asked Acacia for that. He already asked Acacia the other day for the gear. So now all he's doing is doubling down. Here's the thing. Now, Pat, I will say this. I want him to have the lacrosse mask that the women wear.
All right,
because
you're right.
He's already we got the autographed helmet from Lars Tiffany. But I want the lacrosse women's mask because he'll do a whole segment with that on.
I will.
Look, Florida State sent us a javelin. I don't need that anymore. I don't need any weaponry sent to the house. Okay.
No, you don't need that. You don't need weapons in the house. No. I tell you, the Kraft household gets very frustrated, Mark, when you don't have anything. My little guy, he's intense now. He's 5, but he's intense. He needs to see that BC helmet back there.
Oh, come on.
We recognize when it's there.
We love all. We are like the ultimate point guard. We're trying to throw assists to every team every sport that we possibly can. And when you win the Natty, we want to showcase it. So, tag you're
There
it,
you go.
Pat. I'm telling you what, I'm going to put it
All
on.
right.
I'm putting it on your 5-year-old son. I'm putting it on him.
Hey, be careful, that guy. Don't mess with Joseph.
No, he's gonna be my
I'm
man.
sending you stuff.
All
Great
right.
weekend for the
Oh,
ACC, by the
geez.
way. Great weekend for the
got it.
ACC.
All right.
I look forward to it.
Thanks,
now listen,
Pat.
we're going to eat,
You're
we're
the
going to
man.
party, we're going to
Appreciate it.
celebrate. We look forward
No
to
doubt.
Oh, my
Thanks,
God.
guys. Great to see
All
you.
right. You bet. Pat Kraft, Dr. Pat Kraft, the athletics director at Boston College.
My God.
What in the world just
I like-
happened?
I